Imagine a regular girl from a humble family. She dreams big about a glamorous life, but she's not sitting on millions or got a fairy godmother who can wave a wand for a massive inheritance. So how does this Cinderella get out of poverty? Her parents seem to know the answer. Hey, sweetie, just a reminder, your ticket to success is finding a millionaire to marry. Hey there, I'm Eve. Me and my bestie once believed a wealthy prince could be our ticket to a life of luxury. When it came to love versus money, Stella and I always leaned towards the latter. But well, all our tries at landing a rich guy were total flops. Stella, any luck with that cute actor? Are you kidding me? His bodyguards kept me miles away. How about you? Tough luck. That good-looking guy is actually taken. Bummer. Stella and I didn't have any luck until fate blessed me with Roberto. This dude wasn't just wealthy, his family was legit aristocracy. Our paths crossed at an art show, where he was admiring Van Gogh's Starry Night while I was admiring him. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely. A real work of art. Oh, you mean the painting? Roberto thought I shared his passion for art, so we started chatting. He ended up taking me for a bike ride across the city that evening. It hit me then. I hooked a real catch. I was itching to spill the news to my friend. Wow, Eve, luck's on your side. Are you really into him? Oh yeah, I'm totally into his status, wealth, and background. One day, Roberto invited me to his estate to meet his parents. And from that day on, things started to go downhill. Roberto's parents gave me a chilly reception, but I wasn't surprised. They were true aristocrats after all. What really got me on edge was this girl, Salma, working as a maid in their household. She stuck to my boyfriend like glue, never leaving his side as if she was ready to whisk any dust off him. And the way she eyed me felt like she saw me as a competition. Frustrated, I confronted Roberto about her. Why does Salma look at you like you're her idol? Come on, Eve, she's just our maid. No need to overthink it. I was convinced Salma had her eye on Roberto. So, I ended up asking a friend for help. I bet Salma's just chasing after wealthy suitors. Can you help me get her out of the picture? Stella and I spent the entire evening digging through the internet, hunting for any info on Roberto's maid. But it was a dead end. Felt like Salma was a ghost, which only made her seem sketchier. But I wasn't going to give up. The next day, I went to Roberto's house, and when no one was around, I sneaked into Salma's room and had a quick look through her stuff. A bunch of junk, knickknacks, nothing too exciting. Wait, what's this? I stumbled upon some photos of Roberto that Salma kept in a sweet envelope with a heart. That pretty much confirmed she'd been eyeing my boyfriend, but guess what? He's off limits. Soon Roberto invited me to a swanky reception at their place. I couldn't pass that up. I was rocking my fanciest dress. You look amazing. I feel like there's a touch of elegance missing. Let me help. You want to leave a great impression tonight. I sensed mischief in Salma's eyes, but with Roberto's gaze on me, I couldn't just brush her off. So I had to accept Salma's offer. As the three of us entered the room, the maid got to fixing me up. She flashed a sweet smile, but I had a feeling she was up to no good. Then, out of nowhere, Salma messed up my hair like a bird's nest and turned my dress into this hideous rag. You've ruined everything. Believe me, Eve, you're better off this way. You'll be the star of the party. Then someone called Roberto, and he stepped aside to answer. Salma suddenly leaned in and whispered angrily in my ear, "Consider this payback. That will teach you not to dig through my stuff." She then dashed out of the room, leaving me panicked. Seriously, she's just nuts. The gala was a disaster. I just couldn't fit in with those snobby aristocrats. And to top it off, my outfit got trashed, becoming the butt of their jokes. Did you see that dress? Did she even glance in the mirror before stepping out in that? Oh well, she's from a humble background. Can't expect her to know much about style, right? I was so close to tearing up right then. It really stung to hear that. But then Roberto stood up for me. Stop acting like a pompous snob. It's low to judge someone by their background. Eve is beautiful and one of a kind. Wow, no one's ever praised me like that before. Right then I saw Roberto in a whole new light. I felt bad for seeing him as a money bag. Turns out he's a genuine Prince Charming. The more I spent time with him, the deeper I fell for him. And as I got to know his parents better, I saw that they were nothing like stuck-up aristocrats. Roberto's folks are really nice and down to earth. They treated me great and never flaunted their status. One day, Stella wrote and asked me to come and visit her. There you are. It's almost like you forgot about me. I'm sorry. I've been caught up with Roberto a lot. I've genuinely fallen for him. It's like a dream. I don't recognize you. But let's not get into that right now. Then Stella told me she had managed to find information about Salma after all. You won't believe it. Her real name's Catalina, and she's well into her 30s. How crazy is that? I was totally speechless. My mouth just dropped open. Then I got over it and happily hugged my friend. Thanks a bunch, Stella. It's time to set things straight. I have a feeling that that maid is hiding many more secrets. So I dashed over to the manor and had a real heart-to-heart with the maid. I've got the whole story, Salma, or should I say Catalina. If you don't back off my boyfriend, I'm spilling the beans about your true identity to everyone. I blurted this out just as Roberto stormed over, looking furious, as if he'd blown a fortune. You have the nerve to come here? It's over between us. What? Why? Wow, congrats on the innocent act. Newsflash, I've got the real story on you. After that, he showed a video of me messing around with Stella. Are you really into him? Oh yeah, I'm totally into his status, wealth, and background. Can you believe it? My friend set me up big time, so I had to explain to Roberto that in the beginning, money was a factor. But as I got to know him better, I really fell for him. Believe me, your fortune doesn't matter to me now. I tried to talk to him, but he just wouldn't hear me out and kicked me to the curb. Damn. And to top it off, Salma saw the whole thing. Bet she's over the moon about it. So I rang up Stella, wanting to know why she treated me like that. Well, I think I'm more deserving of a rich guy than you. I secretly recorded our chat and sent it to Roberto. He's mine now. Tough luck, girl. My heart was shattered to pieces. I didn't expect that a close friend could turn out to be my worst nightmare. I tried reaching out to Roberto through text over the next few days, hoping to patch things up. Unfortunately, he didn't reply and ended up blocking me on all social media. It really hurt. I'd been wandering the city for a week feeling pretty down. Suddenly, I spot Roberto hanging out with my supposed buddy. They were all cozy, holding hands and everything. And Stella, acting all innocent and sweet, giving him those puppy eyes. But hey, I wasn't fooled. I knew she was up to no good, acting like a predator in disguise. Sweetie, let's swing by the store and get you a new iPhone? No, I'm good. I'm here because of us, not money. Let's check out the art show. I'm a huge Van Gogh fan. Really? Me too. Oh gosh, we're a perfect match, aren't we? No way. Stella used what I told her about Roberto in some sneaky way of her own. I can't believe I never saw that side of her before. And then I started thinking, maybe Stella was purposely talking nonsense about Salma to make me look like I was stirring up trouble. Oh. Right, Salma. You know that saying, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend? I was thinking Salma and I could team up to take down Stella. It's time for a little payback. I caught Roberto's maid outside the store at just the right moment. Salma, I'm sorry for being so nosy and jealous. Don't bother apologizing. I figured out you were after Roberto's money, so I tried to get you to back off. But now he's with Stella, who genuinely cares about him. You've got it all wrong. Stella's only into Roberto's millions. I spilled the beans to Salma about how my ex-friend played me and suggested we team up to deal with Stella. Let's expose this liar. Then we can let Roberto pick who he'd rather be with, you or me. Yeah, I know you've got a soft spot for him too. Salma looked surprised after I spilled the beans, but then she flashed this enigmatic smile. Yeah, Roberto means the world to me. Nobody's gonna mess with him. Count me in. We sealed the deal with a handshake and kicked off Operation Adios Stella. Our first move? We tried bribing my former friend. How about this? We give you $1 million and you disappear from Roberto's life. We didn't actually have that kind of money. It was all a ruse. We were just trying to catch Stella in the act and expose her true intentions to Roberto. Yet she caught onto our scheme and played the innocent card flawlessly. How could you? Roberto's love is worth more to me than all the money in the world. Psst, don't stand in my way. I'm way ahead of you. Man, we really underestimated how crafty she was. That's why our first attempt crashed and burned. But Salma and I had a bunch more ideas. We whipped up these fake documents to make it seem like Roberto's parents went bankrupt and slipped them to Stella. She not only caught on to our plan, but also cleverly used it to her advantage. Stella showed Roberto the fake docs and griped that we were playing dirty. Honey, look at this! Even Salma are trying to split us apart. I wasn't there, but Salma later told me that Roberto lost it and started yelling at her. What's that supposed to mean? You're just a maid. Know your place, or I'll get my parents to fire you. Roberto, you don't understand. Roberto stormed off angrily, and Stella just laughed mockingly in her face. You're no match for me. You might as well give up. She's one tough cookie. I was just chilling at a cafe, brainstorming our next move, when out of the blue, Salma rang me up. Eve, we have a problem. Meet me at the estate quick. I sprinted over there as quickly as I could. Right then, Roberto zoomed out of the gate on his bike and took off. Before I could catch my breath, Salma pulled up in a car next to me. What happened? No time to explain. Hop in the car. I'll tell you everything on the way. Guess what? Stella decided to play dirty and get rid of the competition. She told Roberto that Salma and I were threatening her. Honey, they're jealous of how happy we are and will do anything to break us apart. I don't want you in danger, so I'm leaving forever. Goodbye. Afterwards, a furious Roberto demanded his parents fire Salma for her cruelty, then raced to the airport on his bike. Even though it was clear Stella wasn't leaving, she just wanted to turn Roberto against us. I'm afraid Roberto might do something stupid. We have to stop him. Salma was handling the car like a pro, but we just couldn't keep up with Roberto Roberto. He was zooming ahead, worried he might not ever catch up to Stella. Then things went haywire. The bike spun out and Roberto went flying. It happened in a flash, just like a movie. Thankfully, he had a helmet on, so he just got a few bruises. But man, Salma and I were freaking out. We slammed the brakes and hurried to help him out. Roberto, my boy! Time stopped, and Roberto and I were left stunned, staring at Salma. What was that you called me? Salma, clearly puzzled, didn't get a chance to reply. A car screeched to a stop nearby, and Roberto's parents rushed out, wrapping him in their arms. My boy, I was freaking out when you dashed to the airport. I got some bruises, but I'm okay. Tell me why Salma thinks I'm her son. They didn't twist things. They laid it all out. Honestly, I didn't see that coming. It was like a plot from a Korean drama. Her name is actually Catalina, and she's your real mom. We then learned that Catalina, a young and financially struggling immigrant, gave birth to Roberto but couldn't provide for him. So she placed him in an orphanage, believing it was best for him. He was later adopted by wealthy parents and raised as their own. After 15 years, Catalina found her son and asked his adopted parents for a job. She simply wanted to be around Roberto more and see him growing up. We found it really touching, so we set up Catalina as a maid in our house. Roberto and I were totally caught off guard by the news. I suddenly realized why Catalina, was being all weird and protective of Roberto. She was just looking out for him. After it was all cleared up, we took Roberto to the hospital. Thankfully, it wasn't anything serious, but the doctor suggested Roberto stay at the clinic to recover from the fall. Catalina wouldn't leave her son's bedside. I also came to visit him after school, and suddenly I saw none other than Stella in his ward. Why are you here? Just to spill the beans about you. Roberto, brace yourself. Your girlfriend's as phony as those fake nails she wears. Next, me and Catalina together told Roberto that all Stella wanted from him was money. This time, the guy believed us, but he wasn't upset at all. Hey, we all make mistakes, right? But I finally found my mom. We're heading to Mexico together. Gonna find a cozy little house and start working at a gas station. Stella's expression was priceless. She scrunched up her face like she smelled something foul. What? You're suddenly broke now? Why would I need a prince like that? I've got more important things to deal with. See ya. She shot us an angry glare and stormed off. Meanwhile, I hesitantly reached for Roberto's hand. Maybe I can tag along with you? Aren't you afraid of a simple life? Actually, what scares me now is a life without love. In that case, why not? Especially since you seem to have bonded with my real mom. A few days later, I happily packed my bags and told my parents that I was leaving with Roberto for Mexico. They were horrified. Are you crazy? He's poor. Why him? I just love him. Simple as that. I hugged my parents and came to Roberto's estate, but he still hasn't packed his bags for some reason. Well, what are you waiting for? I'm ready to go. Roberto suddenly laughed and took my hands. Hey, Eve. It was a test. I'm not going anywhere. My foster parents are cool. Gave me a good life. Can't leave them. And my real mom's gonna stick around. But hey, now I see. You really do love me. And never doubt it again. As the sunset painted the sky, we embraced, knowing a lifetime lay ahead. Life may not always be easy, but I felt certain that true love overcomes anything. If you're also looking for a soulmate, hit that like button and subscribe.